Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Megaquarium, the Freshwater Frenzy campaign. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So between this episode and last episode of this, I've done not a huge amount, to be honest. I have moved all of these around so that they are a bit more user-friendly, or human user-friendly at least. However, there is a slight little bit of a weird thing with this, is that these three here are the freshwater ones, and then these three and this one here are the acidic ones. But these three here are a bit too far back to be able to attach to this tank here, which is the one we need to attach the freshwater stuff to. So it's a little bit messed up, but I know what's going on back there at least anyway. But just to look at, it looks like it's back to front. And I've also moved this tank here over to, or from over here to down here, just to make it a little bit easier to use this area in future, well, this episode. So one thing which I think I may have realised, but I had told to me in the comments, which I am very, very thankful for. Just need to add in a mic stand over here because it looks like we're missing out on a couple of spare ones. There we go. Is that these crocodiles here, we don't really want these from to breed anymore, and the way you stop these from breeding is going in kind of against my natural instinct. I usually just go for the highest level of lights, or the highest, like, biggest tank you can build, that kind of thing. Just to give that kind of, we've got the money, why don't we? But these crocodiles only need 10 light to survive, but they need 15 light to breed. So this light here is giving 15 light into this tank. So if we take those lights out, and then instead we add in the power lights here, which are just 10, then the crocodiles are all good, but they will no longer breed, so that's all good there. And I think over here in the guppy pool, we do have a lot of guppy in here. I don't know if we've got all of them. Let's see, we've got fuchsia, scarlet, emerald, lilac, and do we actually? Yeah, we have a single regular one as well. So they're all the colours we've got, and the different patterns. We have cobra, we have inked, which you can see here. We have, what else? Is that it? Just the inked and the cobra ones. Now I don't think also we don't have one of each colour of each pattern. But I did read a comment by somebody that said that I should try and show these off and put like one in, make a lot of very, very small tanks and have one of these in each one, or separate out the colours, that kind of thing. And there is a big problem with that within this game. It's something I touched on in yesterday's episode of the Brutal Mode modded campaign, is that there's a peak number of prestige and of fun that you can get from each different species of fish. So if you have one tank full of 32 guppies, as we have here, each person will see 32 guppies once, and they'll be really happy with that. They'll like it, you'll get all the prestige from it that you could ever get, and once they've seen it, they'll move away from it, and that will be pretty much it. However, if you separate all of these out, then you have each person seeing one guppy 32 times, and they get really bored of that, and they start saying, I've seen guppies before, I don't want to see them again. And you might not necessarily get any negative prestige from it, but you do certainly get the neutral prestige. I don't know if we have any down here. Yes, we do, you can see here. Like with the talks, if you have talks too often, you can see, I've already heard a talk about the Bozeman's rainbow. I've already seen these small tanks and stuff like that. So you've really got to be careful about how many different animals you have in the aquarium, and also in which tanks they're in. So this is why I've only got the guppies in a single tank over here, and not just spread out all over the place. I try to just have one tank with a, well, I try to have only one place where each species is. So the guppies are over here, they won't be anywhere else. Now that may change with some really prestigious fish. If you get something which is worth like 20 odd prestige, then yeah, I'll dot those out every so often just to make sure that people see them. But as soon as I start getting the negative prestige, or the neutral prestige, then I know there's probably enough of them in the entire building, and that's fine. So today we need to try and get our number of freshwater species up. We have, what, 6 more species to put into this place. And if we have a look in here, I've already got freshwater in here. We can actually do, say, freshwater animal. And that will give us all of the different freshwater animals that we have. And we can go through this and we can see what we don't already have. So you can see we have 14 of these, we have 2 of these, we have 6, 2, 4, but we don't have any Amazonian angelfish. Now I am aware that these are both breedable and hybridizable. However, for now, the main thing I'm interested in is just getting some of them into the aquarium. We may see later on in the level about trying to breed these up and trying to get one of each different pattern of these as well. But it's not something I'm interested in right at this moment. We'll work towards that. So we have the Amazonian angelfish here. They are acidic and they are nibbleable. So they're the 2 things that I'm mainly concerned about here. So the next ones we'll have a look through. We don't have Congo tetra, so that's species number 2. These are also acidic. We need 6 of them, so that's 18 points. We'll only really need 1 of these, so we'll call that 22. And there's no other real dangerous things about these that we need to worry about. So the next one, let's have a look. Adolfo's Cory. Again, they are acidic, so all of these 3 can go in the same tank. We need 5 of these, so that is, what'll that be? That'll be 32 in total. And then the next one will be the Sunshine Pleco, or Pleco? I don't know. These are also acidic, so these can also go in the same tank. And these again don't really have anything that we need to be concerned about in terms of them needing anything special or not being able to be with the other animals here. So we are going to need a fairly large tank for these though, because these do need 7 different types of decorations, and we need a 2x2 spare as well. So that is actually, well, technically we could have something which is like a size 12, and then 4 of them would be open spaces, and then another 8 which would be decorations. But we'd need to make sure we packed everything in, and I think it would look a bit too packed in there. So that'll be a 4x3, so we're going to need something larger than a 4x3. Probably a 4x4, maybe a lagoon tank would actually be quite good for those. It'll give us 88 points in total, and it'll give us 25 spaces to put stuff in. The next one we would need is a Porcupine River Stingray. Now these are a bit more difficult. They are acidic, but we will need a separate tank for these because they dislike rocks. So they can't go in with these Sunshine Plecos, which are rock lovers. So again, we could have another tank, another, was it a lagoon tank for these guys? These are 12 each. So we could have, say, 3 of these in, that would be size 36, and they wouldn't look silly floating around in the lagoon tank there. So I think we'll do another lagoon tank for these. The next one would be the American paddlefish. So that is... Actually, hang on a minute. We've got 1, we've got 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, and we have 6. Okay, so this paddlefish is the last one, which is neutral and needs rounded corners. So, and they grow up to size 40, so we could put, say, 2, I think, of these in a Belfast tank. I think it's probably the best way to do these. It doesn't have to be a full-size Belfast tank either. So we've got lots and lots of things here, so let's just see what we missed out on. Okay, lots and lots of level ups. I think I'm going to increase gift shop on the ones that don't have anything else to level up in. So we'll make sure our gift shop is being well used. I don't actually have you fixing anything, although you are very good at fixing. So we'll do that. Olive, your feeding is being increased. Emma, your feeding. But for now, I'm okay with you not feeding anything. We'll just get your skill up first. Yep, gift shop. Dante, we got your talking up full. That's good. What's your actual skill in this? We can't see, can we? Yeah, your gift shop will be fine. And yep, your gift shop's good. Go for feeding on Dakota. Jim will be fixing. And Nigel will be fixing. There we go. There's all of those done. We don't have any more quests either, so all we've got to do is get these 6 different things in. So I don't think the 2 lagoon tanks are going to be too difficult, because we have a pump just here, which we can add 2 more tanks onto, and this is already on the acidic line. So if we grab 2 out here, I want to see what this is actually going to do to the heat and all of that stuff. So if we get 2 full-size lagoon tanks, we'll just put those there and there. We'll move them around a little bit so that they are, let's see, where do we want these? If we put one of them there and one of them there, I think that'll probably be okay, so long as these are in range, and they are. So we'll add those to there. And now, yes, we are actually running a bit low on heat, so I think back here somewhere, this is an acidic tank, isn't it? Because we already have a full big thing here full of the largest types of heaters that we can get. We're going to need an extra, say 100 and, well, it's actually an extra 97. So no, it's actually an extra 107. So if we get one of these mega heaters and put that there, that will do for now. And then when we need to expand out even more, we will be able to do that again. So next we're going to need the different fish in these. So I think this one over here is going to be for the rays. So if we come down to here, we can get these ones in straight away. And I think I said I was going to get 3 of these in. And they'll be okay. We do need some live lugworms for these. So we'll come back over here. And we'll say in this bit here, we will have some live lugworms, and we will have another zooplankton just here. And so that will look after itself there. Yeah, and then we've got enough space here. But if we actually just turn this around like that, we can move that onto there. And I actually want to get a second one of these lugworms in. Because I find it best if we try and double up on these. It just makes sure that if we ever miss out on one of these and they start dropping down in numbers, then we've got another one as backup. And then of course we need to make this tank look a bit more pretty. So we'll come into the vegetation section. We'll grab some rubberweed. I haven't really used rubberweed that much. Oh, cannot be placed in a freshwater tank. Okay. We're on saltwater. Okay, there we go. So if we can't use that, how about some giant water lilies right in the very centre of this? That might look really quite cool. And then some stuff around the edge. Maybe, let's see. Oh, we don't really have any really tall stuff, which is a shame. So I think we'll put this stuff around the edge. And that, I think that looks okay. We'll come back to that in a bit and we'll see if it's alright. We do need supplements as well. We do have supplements around in various different areas over here. So that's okay. And this just requires a fairly low skill. Most of our members of staff, which are feeders, are fairly good feeders now. So that should be fine for that. And now in this tank we want pretty much all of the others. So if we said we want 2 of these, I'm hoping that we don't get the breeding effect from these. I think if we do, I might actually take one of them out for now. But I'm not too sure. But they need... Okay, so they need vertical surface. So they don't need vertical surface to live, but they do to breed. So we just won't add any of the snake grass in and we'll be okay with that. So now we're going to need 6 of these Congo Tetra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to need, how many else? Let's see. We need the Adolfo's Cory. We need 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need the Sunshine Plecos as well. These do grow up to 9. They are fairly big. But again, I think they should be okay. We're going to put 2 of those in. Lack of insufficient... What? Oh yes, it's because they haven't been... sorted out in here yet. So we're going to need a fair amount of different stuff in here, which is good because we need a lot in there anyway. So we'll start with the floating cover for these guys. They need some of this floating lettuce in, and not quite enough there. That's enough for that. So that will go on that side. I do want to leave a 2x2 area. I'm not exactly sure where yet. Maybe in this area here. Although that will make all of this area look a bit bare. So yeah, I won't worry about that just yet. We need some more vegetation and some more rock. And also some bogwood. So maybe one of these Java ferns... it will add a bit more vegetation and it will add some bogwood. But maybe we'd actually be better off trying to increase the number of different items we have in here. So for instance, if we go for a bogwood there, and no, because we're still going to need more, aren't we? Because this, oh no, this is 2 and then this is 1. Okay, so if we put that there, that's all of the bogwood sorted. We need some rock and some vegetation. So the rock we can get from, let's see what else we have. Not a huge amount, we just have the small rocks. We only need 4 of them though. So maybe we go for a flat slate and a small rock. And that will give us the 4 we need from that. And then a small rock just there. Okay, so now all we need is vegetation, and that's going to be fairly simple. We've got 5 out of 7 here. So if we go for the corkscrew vallis, just there, that gives us 11 out of 13. And then if we go for an Amazon sword, that actually gives us everything we need. It gives us the 7, and it also gives us a 2x2 space. So that's everything we need there. We do have space for some decor items in there. So we'll have a search for decor. We'll have a look for something we don't have. I don't think the nets are really going to fit in there. Well, they will do. And we will actually fit in just there if we wanted them. So yeah, let's put some nets in there. I think that'll be okay. And so that's all the acidic fish. You can see now we have 28 out of 29. So all we need to do now is add in a Belfast tank. So if we come into the tanks here. Now we could go for something like a Chicago tank or something like that. We could even go for a small tunnel tank. But I think for now the best thing is to go for a Belfast tank. And we can change it out later if we really want. So with this, I don't really want a really big one, but if we take it up to say that big, add it over here. I mean, we can even add it a bit further over, say over here somewhere. We can add these at the back like that. Bring the stairs down and have this as an open Belfast tank there. And that means we can just add in a large pump just over here. It's already tucked out the way. And we'll add that onto there. And we can see that there is nothing complaining. If I just let this run on just for a second. Yeah, they're not complaining. So we do have enough heat for this, which is good. So then we can come back into here, scroll all the way down, and grab these American paddlefish. Now these grow up to size 40. They need a 4x4 area, actually. Is this going to be big enough? Yes, it is. Just. Okay. So we'll get the American paddlefish in. We will shove that down there. And I think I do actually want 2 of these. I think that'll be okay. This is a size 160 tank. They're going to grow up to 80. That will be fine. Now we need live mysis shrimp for these ones. So I think over here is somewhere we don't have this stuff already. So we'll go for live mysis shrimp. And again, we will go for the zooplankton. Okay. So next in here, we want to add all the decoration. Now we need a 4x4 space. So I need to find out just where that 4x4 is going to be. So if it's there and there, that'll be okay. But I think if we do this big centre bit here, then we know exactly where stuff can be. And we're not going to worry too much about this being very, very pretty at the moment, because these guys probably actually will move out of here eventually. We just want to make sure that people aren't complaining about how this place looks. So we will go for some, let's see, I mean we could put a rocky overhang there. And then I think I actually want some decor items in here. It'll look very, very, very bare. That's the only problem with doing it like this. But I'm not really too worried about that for now, to be honest. I just want to get as many of these decor items in as we can. So I'm actually going to put one there as well. And I know this looks fairly bare. Maybe we'll put a little Amazonian sword in there as well, just to give it a tiny little bit of plant life. And we can add one just over there as well. Tiny little bit of plant life, a little bit of rock, a couple of decor items, and a big open space in the middle where they can swim. So that is everything for that. We can press play. I think the next thing I want to do is find out what podiums these give. So we'll add one into all of these. We'll actually put that one facing outwards. Now this one gives porcupine, river, stingray talk, 14. That's brilliant. And I'm actually going to put this over here, just there, because that will drag people over to here, and hopefully they'll be more enticed to come over to this tank if they're listening to a talk over here. Now this one, I'm not too worried about science, so that's okay, we'll delete that. And then in this one here, the Amazonian angelfish talk, excellent. And we're going to put that one up over here, again to try and drag people out this way. And that is going to be at 12 o'clock every 2 days. So now we have a lot more prestige coming in from the tanks, also from the talks. We need to get up to 6,600 prestige though. So this is going to be a fair amount of a climb. What I really want to do though is use these talks just to try and drag people away from these 6 tanks here. We already have two talks in here. It seems like 3 talks in here which are keeping people around this area. So we really want to try and drag them back out. And it does look like it is working a bit. These aren't liking the fact that they don't have a 2x2 area. Right. That's something I did not see. Fairly simple. Just get rid of that and they're fine. So these Porcupine River stingrays here are actually breedable, and one of them is now pregnant as well. So we will be getting babies from these. I'm not too sure how to actually get them to not breed. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. It just says all care requirements fulfilled, sufficient water quality, and found a mate, waiting for the right moment, 20% of chance of breeding. Okay, so we've got one that's pregnant already and these two are about to mate. So yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on this, make sure everything's okay there. And as you can see, we're doing alright on the prestige. We're dotting about 600. I mean, this will go right way down again now. It will rise and fall in drastic increments. But as you can see, we've got all of these talks going on as well, which will increase this. It's going back up again now as well. So I don't know exactly where the peak is on this. It peaked at about 6,130 last time, and yeah, 6,080 this time. And so it'll go up and down as it does. But we are going to need some more prestige in this to take us up past rank 12 to complete this quest. One thing I'm interested in though is why you get an extra base prestige of plus 300 when the quest asks you to get to the maximum rank anyway, and once you're at rank 12, prestige is completely and utterly irrelevant to the game. So surely this should be like reach rank 11 or reach, I don't know, reach 6,000 and then you get the extra 300 to push you back over into rank 12. I think this is a bit weird, this. I really don't understand why you get this base prestige here. So yeah, if you know, if you can work that out, let me know down in the comments, because once you are at rank 12, prestige, this entire bit here is totally pointless. You don't need it anymore at all. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what can we do to actually get any more prestige into this place? I suppose one thing we could do is actually start thinking about the saltwater stuff. And we could add in a single saltwater tank, which would probably push us over. I mean, yeah, back up to 6,135 there was the peak. So maybe we should actually think about getting a saltwater tank in. I think it would be quite nice to actually get, say, some of these Mirror Amphius and the Bartlett Amphius. They can both go in the same tank. They're both very high prestige. And it looks also like these Purple Queen Anthea could also go into the same tank. So I think a tank with these ones in, just over here, as just, say, a token to the saltwater stuff, would actually push us over. I'm just keeping like half an eye on the prestige down here. We go up to 6,225 then. But yeah, I think one of the points of this entire level is that you can't do it just with the freshwater stuff. Maybe you can, but I haven't really been able to work out a way how. Maybe if we shove a load more of the gift shop and stuff like that in, maybe that would work. Maybe if we dropped all of our prices, here we go. If we drop all of the prices down, so that we're actually just breaking even on all of our different vending machines, that is a good tip. If you don't need money anymore, then this is a good tip on how to make a bit more prestige. So now every time somebody is hungry or thirsty or wants to go and buy something, then they will give you extra prestige. So bring that down as well. And these ones, I will go around now and do this, and this will give us just about a little bit extra. So we go, everything is now on 0 profit. So we're not making any money off of our gift shops, however they will sell out fast and they will give us extra prestige. We have had some breeding go on, and we've also had some level ups. There we go. The other thing we can do is actually put some of these massage chairs in. I think just over here would actually be a good place for that. So we'll put some in overlooking this tank over here. And then let's see if there's anything else we don't have which we might actually want. Doesn't look like it. I mean, we could put a couple more of these in. They get not as much investment put into them. People get bored looking at them after so long. But we've only got one of each in the entire building. So maybe we could have a look at doing this. I mean, how much is this actually going to give us? 150, but it gives us 3 prestige. Over here, we could add it on this one. And this would give us, again, only 3 prestige. However, on this tank, I think it would give us quite a lot. This is going to give us 9 prestige on here. Okay, I think that's actually worth it. There is a chance, you can see, that they will get up to 9 prestige from just looking at this thing. So I think that's actually worth it over there. American paddlefish has grown, wonderful. And then I think on... we don't really have anywhere else we could put an ecology one. This has only got 2 different things in it. This one's only got 1. This has only got 2. This has got the large amount. Let's have a look in the Fishpedia, see where else we might be able to put. So this tank here has already got the science one on it, so we can't add it onto there. Maybe on tank 6, which would be, I believe, this one here. We could add another ecology poster onto here, and this would give us 3 prestige, 150 ecology, which we're not worried about at all, and hopefully not be too much for people to bear. The other paddlefish has grown, more level ups. And what's really nice about this level is because we're not worried about our money at all, we can just push our staff up to the maximum amount they can go and not worry about the overlay. So we're actually paying out, oh actually a lot less than I thought, only 1,287 on staff salaries per day. That's really quite nice and manageable actually. And we're still making over 1,000 a day even when we've dropped all of our gift shops down to actually not making money. Now we could do that again and actually drop them down so that we're actually losing a bit of money on them, have them as a lost leader and just a prestige generating machine. But again, I think our best bet is actually to add in a little bit of saltwater onto here. So I'm also just going through looking at these different things we haven't put in yet. So there is a decent amount of stuff we don't have. For instance, this buoy, we don't have one of these. So I'm just trying to find areas in these different places where we don't really have anything. So we can put this on there. And that'll give us an extra 3 whenever anyone looks at that. I think in some of these ones where we're going to have to be careful because we want to keep open space in some of these tanks. So as soon as we see any warning errors, we're going to have to take what we've just put in straight back out again. But I do want to go around putting some of this in. In over here we can't actually add anything into this. So maybe we get another tank over here, which is just going to essentially be a buoy, and I think that is going to be the saltwater tank. However, I think that is going to be for next episode. This episode we've actually got a whole 6 new species in, and we've got up to where we're nearly ready to jump over into rank 12. Now it's going to be really nice because then we can get the manatee up and running. That's why I've kept all of this space open over here, and we will probably need to extend out even further because I'm betting that we're going to need to get a mega tank in here at some point as well. So we'll research that up and then shove that in at the back here. And at that point I'm thinking about doing a major rebuild of this place. A few people in the comment section have given me some ideas for layouts for this place, and I would like to get your input on this. How do you think this aquarium should end up? What do you think of the style of it at the moment with these here? I was going to carry this on into the back of it here, but it is quite difficult to do when you open up a big area else at the back to know exactly how to model it and to lay it out. So, I mean, if you can, what I would love people to do, if you've already played this level, if you've still got the save game, or if you're playing it at the moment, send me pictures. My Twitter link's down below and in the description of this, and you could upload it to Imgur and send me a link on the comment section here, or again to Twitter. And there's lots of different ways of contacting me. All of my information is down in the comment section below. But send me pictures of what your level looks like and give me ideas. Or if you haven't played this and you do have a really good idea for a level design of how this could end up, then yeah, just send me your visions of what this level can look like, and I will try and look at those. I'll leave it a couple of days between recording this and actually when that is uploaded, or between when the next level is uploaded, and I will take in what your thoughts are, and hopefully we can come up between us with something really quite special for this level. At the moment it's looking very black and white, and this bit's looking nice and organised, but up here, bit of a mess. So yeah, let me know. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will. See you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.